Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something you've definitely felt, but maybe haven't put a name to. It's this invisible quality in our homes that makes one room feel, truly restful, and another one just a little bit stressful. And here's the twist. It has almost nothing to do with how the room looks. It's all about how it sounds.
So let's really get into this. I mean, you know the feeling, right? You walk into someone's house, or maybe just one specific room, and it's like your shoulders just drop. You relax. You can't quite explain why, but everything just feels easier. So what is that? What's the secret sauce?
Yeah, and this quote just nails it. It's not about silence. That's not the goal at all. A room can be buzzing with conversation and still feel calm. It's more like there's no friction in the air. Sound just glides instead of, bouncing off sharp edges. It's this idea of acoustic friction, or really, the lack of it. Think about it. We pour so much time and money into how our homes look. We obsess over the perfect shade of paint, the right sofa, the lighting. But what about how they sound? This whole other sense is constantly shaping how we feel every single minute of the day, and most of us don't even notice. So yeah, it's time we started listening. Okay, so at the heart of this whole thing is basically a battle. A quiet battle happening in your home right now between two kinds of materials, the hard stuff and the soft stuff. And we're going to start with the hard surfaces, the ones that look really sleek and modern but can secretly make a room feel, well, pretty harsh. And what's so wild is that a lot of these things are super popular in modern design, right? You see polished concrete floors or those giant floor-to-ceiling windows on Instagram and think, wow, that looks so clean and minimalist. But from your ear's perspective, they're creating a totally different vibe. So in a room like this, sound is basically like a pinball. It has nowhere to go but to bounce off everything. It's hitting the walls, the floor, the glass, and it's just ricocheting all over the place. So the little clink of a coffee cup or just your own voice suddenly feels louder, sharper. It creates this edge to the air that you can feel. And this is the really crucial part. It's not about the sound being painfully loud. It's more subtle than that. It's a constant low-level thing that's telling your nervous system, hey, pay attention, stay on alert. Your body is always just a little bit on guard, which means it can never, ever fully relax and settle. So the fix is actually pretty simple when you see it laid out like this. It's all about this contrast. On one team, you have the reflectors. Concrete, glass, tile, they're just bouncing sound around. And on the other team, you have the absorbers. Rugs, curtains, books. They're like catcher's mitts for sound. And the difference it makes is just night and day. This is really where the heroes of our stories show up. I'm talking about the soft stuff, all those rugs, curtains, your big comfy sofa. They're doing way more than just looking nice. They're actually working for you. They're sound managers, actively taking that edge out of the air. So, what is this feeling, this amazing quality that soft materials give a room? Well, it actually has a name, and getting a handle on it is pretty much the key to making a home that just feels right. It's called acoustic ease. I love that term. It's exactly what it sounds like. The room just feels easy on your ears. It's not working against you. The sound is kind of held by the room, gently, instead of being thrown back in your face. It's a physical feeling of calm that you register way before you even have a thought about it. And check this out. This is one of my favorite examples. You see that bookcase? It's not just there to hold your books. It's an acoustic superhero in disguise. All those different book spine depths, the paper pages, they're an amazing surface for breaking up and soaking up sound waves. It's probably the most effective, totally accidental sound panel in your house. So now you have a new lens to see, or I guess hear, the world through. The next time you walk into a place and your first thought is, oh, this is so cozy, or this feels so warm, just pause for a second. I bet you're not just reacting to the visuals. You're feeling that acoustic ease from all the soft things quietly doing their job. Okay, so we've talked about surfaces, but that's only part of the story. There's another whole layer of sound in your home, a hidden soundtrack that's playing right now, shaping how you feel, and you've probably trained yourself not to even hear it. Seriously, I want you to try this just for a second. What's the background music of your life at this exact moment? What's the score? What are those little sounds you automatically filter out every single day? I love this idea of an ambient orchestra. Every single home has one. You know, the low hum of the fridge is like the bass section. Maybe the wind whistling through an old window is the woodwinds. These aren't just random noises. They're the constant foundational music of your space.
And here's the thing, even when you're not consciously listening, your brain is. It's processing all of it. And over days, weeks, years, those little sounds add up. They start to paint the emotional texture of a room. They really do shape your mood in these quiet, cumulative ways.
Now, this isn't all bad. Some of these sounds are actually amazing. I mean, think about the sound of a kettle just before it boils, or rain on the roof. Those aren't noise, they're small acoustic GIFs. They're the sounds that turn a building into a home. And those are sounds we really want to hang on to.
All right, so we know about hard versus soft surfaces, and we know about the hidden soundtrack. The big question is, what do we do with this information? How do we actually start designing with our ears?
And the great news is, this isn't about calling in some expensive expert or starting a massive renovation. Not at all. It's way simpler. It's just about expanding your awareness. It's about letting your ears have a vote in decisions your eyes have been making by themselves for way too long. Here's a little experiment you can do today. First, just walk through your house and notice which rooms feel kind of relentless. You know, the ones that just don't feel restful. Then, step 2, stand in that room and ask, what in here is actually absorbing sound? And third, this one's a big clue. Pay attention to your own voice. Are you having to raise it to be heard? The room itself is telling you it's wrong.
And hey, don't just hunt for problems. Do the opposite too. Find the spot in your home that you love, the place that feels amazing, your favorite armchair maybe, and just look around. I guarantee you'll find that the reason it feels so good is because it's surrounded by soft things, all quietly doing that important work for you.
So we'll leave you with this one last question to think about. Your home has a voice. It's made up of all its surfaces, all its little background hums and clicks. It's talking to you all the time. So the question is, if you actually stop and listen, what is your home trying to tell you?